Guys, so today we'll be discussing about Rishikesh in the month of January 2025, what you should be expecting in terms of weather, the road condition, the adventure activities that are possible, and overall what you should be packing for Rishikesh in the month of January. So starting off with the weather for January, keep in mind January is still the peak of winter in Rishikesh, the foothills of the Himalayas. So the daytime temperature will range from anywhere between 8 degrees to as high as 20 degrees, while the temperature after sunset would be anywhere between 5 degrees to even -2. It won't snow, but it will get extremely cold after sunset, so carry layers of clothing for this weather. Make sure that you have very good footwear. Keep in mind that the weather in January is extremely dry, so you need to be carrying your lip balm because your lips might chap and could result in bleeding. Also, carry your sunglasses since it can be extremely harsh sun rays which come about during the noon time. Now, when it comes to road condition, the roads are extremely well made from Delhi leading all the way to Rishikesh. It is a very good highway. It will take you anywhere between 4 to 6 hours depending on the traffic that you get along the way and the number of stops that you make along the journey. The best way to reach Rishikesh is to take the bus because that's the most economical way to reach Rishikesh. If you are traveling from further away, the closest airport is at Jolly Grant, very close to Rishikesh, around 50 kilometers away from Rishikesh. So that's the nearest airport. Now, when it comes to the adventure activities, everything is open. The rafting, the bungee jumping, the zip lining, all the activities are available. Even camping is available. Just make sure that when you're going camping, you have an extra layer of clothing along with you because it can get really cold along the banks of the river Ganga when you're camping. So just make sure that you are clothed well enough so that you don't end up falling sick, and which results in compromising your entire trip. Don't miss out on the Ganga Aarti which happens at Triveni Ghat every day. Just make sure that you're there well in advance so you can get an experience of the spiritual gathering. Then when it comes to the getting around Rishikesh, there are two ways of getting around Rishikesh. One is you can hire a rickshaw from point to point, a tuk-tuk, or the second option is you rent a scooter for the day. Both the options are very good options depending on how you want to explore the holy city. Just that one thing is that you have to start early. Early is by 8-9 o'clock in the morning. So this way you get a head start on exploring the entire region of Rishikesh. Now when it comes to what you should be carrying in your backpack, make sure that you have layers of clothing because it can get extremely cold. Like I mentioned, woolen wear, if you do not have, you can buy it from Rishikesh, but if you have, do carry it along. Carry gloves, carry mufflers, carry all the woolen wear that you have. When you're traveling to Rishikesh in January, the days will be also cold. It's only from 11 to 2 that it will get really warm. The rest of the time will be extremely cold. So just make sure that the overall experience that you're going for is good rather than you are stuck with a cold throughout your journey. The places that you can visit around Rishikesh in the month of January is Haridwar, which is like 45 kilometers away. You can also visit Rajaji National Park, which is, you won't really get to see any wild animals other than maybe deers and a few elephants here and there. Spotting a leopard is a far cry in this, but it's a very good experience. It's a good joyride to go to the national park. You can club Haridwar and Rajaji National Park together and do it as a day trip. Overall, you will require, according to me, if you're slow traveling, at least a week to soak in everything that Rishikesh has to offer. If you're looking for a rush trip, you can just go over the weekend, spend a night or two and come back. But overall, just to get a proper experience of what Rishikesh has to offer, a week is good enough to experience the whole place of Rishikesh. Now keep in mind that when you're traveling to Rishikesh in the month of January, if you're looking for a cheap deal, go on the weekdays. If you're looking for a party vibe, go on the weekends. And the best places to get a vibe is on the campsites which are along the banks of the river Ganga. You need to book these in advance so that you are not stranded towards the end, because on the weekends Rishikesh gets really crowded with all the North Indian crowd coming over there to spend the weekends. Just make sure that you have everything planned and booked in advance. If you're planning a trip, we have one happening in Rishikesh over the weekend. You can click on the link in the description. If you have any further queries related to travel to Rishikesh in January, you can leave a comment in the comment section and we'd be more than happy to help you. If you are still confused about whether you should be going to Rishikesh for 2 days or 7 days, my personal advice is do not go there for a short trip, because it's a place that you need to travel for longer period of time so that the entire experience soaks in and you get a flavor of what it is. Till our next video about Rishikesh, stay safe, stay happy, stay